Thank you for joining us to learn more about joint replacement surgery, also known as total knee and hip arthroplasty. This video series is intended to help you prepare for surgery and plan for your successful recovery. This is the second video of a three-part series. The goal of this video is to discuss the events that occur on the day of surgery and during your hospital stay. Other videos in this series cover the medical workup and necessary steps to complete before you have surgery and restrictions after surgery, important procedures and events to consider after surgery, and optimizing your recovery. Let's discuss what happens the day before surgery and during your hospital stay. For your stay in the hospital, remember to pack appropriately, but lightly. You should bring one set of loose-fitting clothing for when you are discharged, such as a t-shirt and drawstring or elastic band pants. Comfortable non-skid shoes and socks, such as sneakers, are recommended. Please do not bring flip-flops, sandals, or Crocs. If you have dentures, glasses, and hearing aids, bring those as well. If you use a CPAP machine when you sleep, bring this device with you on the day of surgery. Do not bring valuables such as jewelry, watches, and money with you to the hospital. Do not eat any food after midnight, and please follow any instructions provided to you by your surgeon's office regarding drinking clear liquids before your arrival. On the morning of surgery, please take only the home medications that you were instructed to take from your preoperative testing visit. You should take these medicines with small sips of water only, unless otherwise discussed by your nurse coordinator. You should shower with a specialized surgical scrub in the morning. Do not use deodorant and lotions on the morning of surgery. Please remove all rings and body piercings before arriving to the hospital. Please arrive on time to the surgical suite to avoid any delays. The check-in location will be communicated to you by your surgeon's nurse. After you check in, you and your family member, care partner, or joint coach will go to the holding area. You will change into a gown and an IV will be started. Here you will meet your anesthesia providers. Your surgeon will also meet you in the holding area. Surgery usually takes about 1 to 1.5 hours for a single joint and 2 to 2.5 hours for a bilateral or double joint. Your surgical team will take excellent care of you. They will monitor your breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure. Your joint coach, family member, or friend who is with you in the surgical waiting will be updated about your progress. You will spend time in the recovery room after surgery being monitored by specially trained nurses and anesthesiologists who will keep you safe and comfortable while you recover. X-rays of your joint are typically performed while you are in the recovery room. Your family will be allowed to see you once you are ready to transfer. The nursing staff will help you get in and out of bed and will assist you to the bathroom on the day of surgery. After the surgery, you are allowed to eat and drink, but the process is slow to avoid nausea. At Barnes Jewish Hospital, Barnes Jewish West County Hospital, and Missouri Baptist Medical Center, you will stay in special orthopedic areas of the hospital where care teams are specialized in caring for joint replacement surgery patients. You will meet with a nurse or patient care technician who will assess vital signs like your pulse and blood pressure. They will orient you to your room and important equipment like how to call your nurse during your stay with the call button. Your hospital care team will help you get in and out of bed and will assist you to the bathroom on the day of surgery. After the surgery, you are allowed to eat and drink, but the process is slow to avoid nausea. Your care team will frequently monitor your recovery, including checking your vital signs, positioning, and swelling. It is important to use the call button for help, and please be sure to not walk barefoot in the hospital. Some hip patients may wake up with a special wedge between their legs. This is an abduction pillow. It is used to prevent injury and help keep the hips aligned. Intermittent compression devices are used to promote your blood circulation and provide prevention for blood clots. A breathing device called an incentive spirometer is used to prevent respiratory complications such as pneumonia. It is recommended that patients complete their breathing exercises 10 times during every hour while they are awake. Make sure to bring your incentive spirometer home when you are discharged so you may continue your breathing exercises. We will work to help you manage your pain. Having pain after surgery is expected and normal. You will be asked to rate your pain using a 0 to 10 pain scale. Our goal is to keep your pain within a tolerable range, which falls in the low to moderate pain levels. This is between 0 and 4 when using the pain scale. During your hospital stay, your care team will help you manage your pain by combining different methods like ice therapy, relaxation, repositioning, and medication. Please use your call light to let your care team know when you start feeling uncomfortable. This will help us to be proactive in keeping your pain within tolerable level. It is important to ice and elevate to reduce pain and control swelling. Use ramp elevation with toes above nose method. You should be icing your surgical joint at least 20 minutes of every hour that you are awake. You should continue with this schedule for at least 2 weeks following your surgery. When icing, place a barrier like a towel, blanket, or clothing between your skin and the ice to prevent cold burns. Stool softeners will be prescribed to help manage the constipation associated with narcotic use. Depending on the type of joint surgery you have, you will be evaluated by a physical and, in some cases, an occupational therapist during your hospital stay to help educate you on physical activity and exercises. The therapist will educate you on appropriate exercises to perform at home, and they will teach you strategies for dressing and self-care. A physical therapist will teach you exercises to strengthen the muscle around your new joint, go over your individualized precautions, teach you how to get in and out of bed safely with a walking device, teach you how to go up and down stairs safely. An occupational therapist will teach you how to function as independently as possible, go over your individualized precautions, practice getting dressed and undressed with the correct equipment, practice getting to and from the bathroom for self-care activities, including toileting. During your hospital stay, do not get up without help unless you are cleared by a physical therapist to move on your own or with your family. An occupational and/or physical therapist will work with you despite pain. The doctors, nurses, and care technicians will try to keep your pain managed. Your therapist will try to work with the nursing staff to get you pre-medicated if necessary. Therapy sessions can last anywhere from 10 minutes to 1 hour. Be sure to have a joint coach present during therapy sessions in the hospital so they can learn the home exercise program and how to use the equipment. You should plan to be discharged home from the hospital 1 day after surgery. If planned in advance, some patients might be discharged the day of surgery. Most patients are discharged the day of surgery or the morning after. Criteria for discharge includes that you have adequate pain control, you have completed physical and occupational therapy, and you have the ability to eat, drink, and urinate. Your joint coach should be with you prior to discharge, especially when your care team provides therapy sessions. Your surgeon and the nurse practitioner place orders for medications, equipment, and other things you may need at home to assist with your independence. Your discharge instructions will be discussed with you prior to leaving. Develop a plan of care with your caregiver for after surgery ahead of time. If you live alone, please arrange home assistance from friends or family before you have surgery, as most insurance carriers will not pay for skilled nursing after joint replacement surgery. Insurance dictates that a lack of home support is not an acceptable reason to qualify for discharge to a care facility instead of home. In rare situations, some patients may not be safe to discharge directly from the hospital to home. Physical and occupational therapists help your care team determine which patients need an alternative discharge pathway. If you need an alternative discharge pathway, a social worker will work with you and your family to find a facility suitable for your needs. To learn more about recovering and rehabilitating after your surgery, please watch the next video in this education series. To help give you and your joint coach the knowledge you need to succeed during your recovery, please watch the third video of this series. Thank you for completing this educational series to prepare for your surgery with Washington University Orthopedics. You or your joint coach may refer back to these videos at any point in your patient journey. Adhering to your care plan and having assistance from your joint coach will be instrumental in your recovery. Do not hesitate to contact your Washington University orthopedic surgeon or other care team members with questions or concerns. Thank you.